Could the Golden State Warriors be on the verge of landing a superstar to join forces with Steph Curry? Recent reports suggest a major shift in the landscape as a six-time All-Star has shown a keen interest in donning the Warriors' blue and gold. This isn't just speculation. This player could ignite the Warriors' championship aspirations, but will the Miami Heat be willing to make a trade? Stick around as we break down everything you need to know about this potential blockbuster move. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video to stay updated on all things Warriors. The Golden State Warriors are making waves right now as they emerge as the frontrunners to acquire Jimmy Butler, a move that could reshape the landscape of the NBA. Reports indicate that Butler is keen on joining forces with Stephen Curry, and with the Miami Heat potentially looking to trade him, this could be a pivotal moment for the Warriors. Shams Charania from ESPN has laid it out clearly. The Warriors and the Suns are at the top of Butler's wish list if he becomes available, with other teams like the Rockets and Mavericks not really in the mix anymore. What makes Golden State's position intriguing is their ability to craft a convincing trade package. They have a mix of young talents like Jonathan Kuminga and Brandon Podziemski, plus some mid-level contracts, including the recently acquired Dennis Schroeder. This flexibility gives them the cleanest path to striking a deal for Butler. While the Rockets are standing pat with their young roster and the Mavericks are hesitant to take on another max player alongside Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, the Warriors seem poised to pounce. Butler's current contract is hefty, sitting at 3 years and $146.4 million. But considering the potential upside of pairing him with Curry, it could be well worth the investment. As we've seen in previous seasons, championship windows can close quickly, and the Warriors are clearly in pursuit of another title. They've already missed out on big names like LeBron James and Paul George, and now they have the chance to finally secure a star who fits their system and can elevate their play. Mark Stein, a respected NBA insider, suggests that Golden State's interest in Butler is stronger than that of the other teams mentioned. This could lead to substantive trade talks in the near future. The Warriors have been in contact with the Heat, especially following Butler's inability to secure an extension this past offseason. It's interesting to note that at that time, the Heat were not as open to offers. But it seems the tides have turned, making this a ripe moment for negotiation. After their recent loss to the Mavericks, team owner Joe Lacob hinted that the Warriors are far from done making moves. He echoed the sentiment that trades are challenging but necessary, especially if the team continues to struggle. With the trade deadline on February 6th looming large, the next few weeks will be critical for this roster. Lacob's comments suggest that he is not just looking for any deal, but is on the hunt for a player who can significantly impact the team's success. The excitement surrounding this potential trade is palpable. The thought of Butler joining Curry on the court is enough to get any Warriors fan's heart racing. But here's the question. Is this the best path forward for the Warriors? Personally, I'm torn. On one hand, Butler brings immense talent and experience, but there's always the risk involved with trading away future assets for a win-now player. So, I want to hear from you, Warriors fans. What do you think about the potential acquisition of Jimmy Butler? Is he the right fit for Golden State? Do you believe this is the move that could extend our championship window? Let's get a discussion going in the comments below. The Golden State Warriors are shaking things up, and as a die-hard fan, I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and anxiety about what's to come. After making a notable acquisition in Dennis Schroeder, the front office is clearly not done yet. With a 14-11 record and sitting in the 7th seed in the Western Conference, the Warriors are in a precarious position. They're only 3 games behind the 2nd seed, so there's still hope. But let's face it, they need to make some strategic moves to truly contend with the likes of the Boston Celtics and Oklahoma City Thunder. First off, we need to talk about the primary targets. Jimmy Butler and LeBron James. These are the names that can elevate the Warriors to the next level. Butler's two-way prowess and leadership would inject a much-needed edge into this squad. With Butler averaging 19.4 points, 6.1 rebounds, and 5.0 assists, he could be the reliable scorer they desperately need alongside Curry and Draymond Green. Imagine the defensive tenacity Butler would bring to the Warriors. They could transform into one of the toughest defensive units in the league, and that's exactly what you want, heading into the playoffs. But let's be real, acquiring him wouldn't come cheap. We might have to part ways with Jonathan Kuminga and some draft picks, which is a tough pill to swallow considering his potential. And then there's LeBron James. Even in the twilight of his career, he's still putting up impressive numbers: 22.8 PPG, 8.0 RPG, and 9.1 APG. The prospect of having LeBron as a secondary playmaker to Curry sounds tantalizing, doesn't it? The offensive possibilities are endless, but, again, it would likely involve a blockbuster deal that could see the Warriors giving up key pieces like Kuminga and Wiggins. Still, the chance to add a player of LeBron's caliber to the roster is something you can't ignore. It could redefine the championship window for Golden State. Now, let's shift gears to the secondary targets. Miles Turner is a player to keep an eye on, bringing both defensive stability and offensive versatility. His ability to shoot from deep at a 41.1% clip is exactly what this team needs to create spacing. If the Warriors can land him without sacrificing Kuminga, it might be a game changer. Then there's Cam Johnson, who's been lighting it up from three-point range, averaging 18.6 PPG. He fits right into the Warriors' system and wouldn't require a massive trade package, allowing them to retain their young talent. Nikola Vucevic is another intriguing option. With his ability to score and rebound, he could address the Warriors' glaring issues in the paint. But, and this is a big but, acquiring him might come at a high price. The risk of giving up valuable assets for a proven all-star is something the Warriors have to weigh carefully. On the flip side, there are players the Warriors must avoid, and it starts with Zion Williamson. Sure, he's an electrifying talent, but his injury history and ball-dominant style don't mesh well with what the Warriors need. Committing significant assets to acquire him would simply be too risky. Brandon Ingram is another player to steer clear of. His impending free agency makes him a rental, and the Warriors need to think long-term. Michael Porter Jr. poses similar concerns with his max-level contract and injury history. The last thing Golden State needs is another hefty salary that could hinder their flexibility. And then there's the wild card, Kawhi Leonard. If the Warriors could pull off a deal for him, it could change everything. His elite two-way play and championship experience are invaluable, but his injury issues make acquiring him a gamble. The potential reward, however, might be worth the risk. So, what's the best path forward for the Warriors? Personally, I'm torn. There are so many factors to consider, and every decision could have a huge impact on the team's future. I want to hear from you, though. What do you think? Are the Warriors making the right moves? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's debate this. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest Warriors updates. You don't want to miss what's coming next. And remember, activate the notifications bell to stay tuned for every crucial piece of news.